This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, I hope my screen is visible. Hello, is my screen is visible? Okay, so we are supposed to start up with assessment, correct?
Yes.
Cost center assessment we are supposed to start up. So we are done with the cost center distribution, and we are supposed to go with the cost assessment. Okay, so please take down some points. Assessment skill is also used for distribution of cost of one service center oblique centers to other cost centers. In a simplified terminology, the purpose for which distribution cycle is used same purpose meant cycle assessment cycle. In a simplified terminology, the purpose for which distribution cycle is used for the same purpose assessment cycle is used. Number 3. Technically, assessment cycle occupies lesser space of the SAP database compared to distribution cycle. Next point. As distribution cycle occupies more space of the database, it lowers the speed of the system. When compared to assessment cycle. Fifth point, most important point, so keep star mark for this. Distribution uses only primary cost elements. Primary cost elements and does not use secondary cost element. Does not use secondary cost element. Whereas assessment cycle uses both prime cost elements and secondary cost elements. Next point. Secondary cost elements will speed up, will facilitate speed distribution of cost from sending cost center to receiving cost centers. So these are the main points with respect to assessment and distribution we are supposed to. The point here is basically cost center assessment or assessment cycle or execution of assessment cycle is also one of the month end process or period end processes in real time. The purpose for which we use distribution cycle, for the same purpose we use assessment cycle. That means the point here you need to understand is, if any organization is using distribution cycle, it won't use assessment cycle. If it is using assessment cycle, won't use distribution cycle, because the purpose of both the cycles is same. The objective behind both cycles is distributing the cost from one cost centers to other cost centers. Okay, so since the purpose is same, either of the cycles will be used in real time. But in real time, many of the organizations, majority number of organizations are using assessment cycle rather than using distribution cycle. The reason is, there are some few technical reasons for giving priority to assessment cycle instead of distribution cycle. Basically, assessment cycle will not occupy more space of database compared to distribution cycle. So as it is occupying lesser space of the database, it will not impact the speed of the system when compared to distribution cycle. So these are the reasons for in real time assessment cycle, usage of assessment cycle is preferred compared to distribution cycle with respect to distribution of cost from one cost center to other cost centers. Clear? Right?
Yes.
Okay, next. So let us see how assessment cycle will be created and how assessment cycle settings done, and using assessment cycle how the cost will be distributed. Okay, so again, likewise scenarios we have seen 4 types of distribution cycles. Similarly, in case of also we will have to see 4 types of assessment cycles. So first one, assessment cycle without SKF. Assessment cycle without SKF. So first one. So assessment cycle without SKF and without cost center group. Without cost center group. Without cost center group. So step number one. Step number one. Step number one. create secondary cost element, create secondary cost element, secondary cost element using KA06, KA06, using KA06. Please take down the path. SAP Easy Access, SAP Easy Access, accounting, accounting, controlling, controlling, cost element accounting, cost element accounting, master data, master data, then cost element, cost element, individual processing, individual processing. So double click on KA06 secondary, double click on KA06 create secondary, double click on KA06 create secondary. So double click on that KA06 create secondary. Cost element. So cost element, we are trying to create secondary cost element. Cost element will be alphanumerical code. You can represent with numbers or code, whatever it is. So just I am mentioning 921001. 921. You can give any number, not be the same. Okay. Why I am giving, I am starting this secondary cost element number with 9 is, during my experience, during my work, I have observed in majority of the organizations, secondary cost element has been started with the number 9. Okay. So majority of the organizations are using secondary cost elements started with a number 9. It's an important place. Okay. You might get a question in your interview stating that what is the usual number or digit that will be used to create secondary cost elements. Your answer must be 9. Okay. Need not be 9. There is no hard and fast rule, but majority of the organizations are using like that. So valid from give 1/4/2019, 1/4/2019, presenter, presenter, and name. Simply give assessment, assessment element, assessment element, and description. So assessment cost element, assessment cost element, assessment cost element. Then this is something very important. With this, system will understand whether this cost element is a primary cost element or secondary cost element. So cost element category, very, very important, please. So give cost element category, cost element category. Just click give 40. 42 is the code given for assessment by the SAP. So give 42, 42, click on save, click on save, click on save, and get the message cost element has been created. Get the message, cost element has been created. Cost element has been created. Next step. Create assessment cycle. Step number 2. Create assessment cycle using KSU5 or KSU1. Create assessment cycle using KSU5 or KSU1. KSU1. Yeah. So please take down the SAP Easy Access. SAP Easy Access. Accounting. Controlling. Cost center accounting. Then period end closing. Then single functions. Then allocations. Double click on KSU5 assessment. Double click on KSU5 assessment. Double click on KSU5 assessment. So double click on that. It will take some time. Okay. So write down carefully. Click on extras on the main menu. Click on extras on the main menu. Then cycle. Then click on create. Extras, cycle, click on create. Yeah, cycle. It is an alphanumerical code. Okay, for distribution we have created a DASTR1, DASTR2. Likewise, we need to give the code. So just I am giving ASST1. It's an alphanumerical code, please. You can give your own code. So just giving ASST1 or else ASSMT1 assessment. Start date. So give start date 1st April 2019. 1st April 2019. Press enter. Press enter. Give the text assessment cycle 1. Give the text or description assessment cycle 1. Click on attach segment on the top left. Click on attach segment on the top left. Attach segment. Give the segment name, just segment 1. Assessment cycle segment 1. Assessment cycle segment 1. As a description, relevant description shall be given in real time. So segment name, segment 1, assessment cycle, segment 1. The next, look at here, assessment cost element. This is something very important. Assessment cost element. So give assessment cost element which we have created to 101. Okay, so click on this drop down button. Click on this drop down button. Give 921001. So double click on secondary cost element 921001. Then here receiver rule. This is very important. In this case, receiver rule, give and for receiver select fixed percentages. These are all we have seen in case of distribution. So receiver rule, fixed percentages. Then click on senders oblique receivers tab. Click on senders oblique receivers tab. Sender cost center. Just I am giving service 1. Service 1. Service 1. Cost element 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99. Cost element 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99. 1999. And receiver. So filling the receiver, before filling up the receiver cost centers, just look at the step description. What is the scenario trying to see? Assessment cycle without SAF, that is statistical key figure, and without cost center group. Okay, so that means we have to give from cost center and to cost center manually, correct?
Yes.
So I'm giving here production 1 and production 3. Here in this case, my assumption is service 1 cost center is providing services to production 1 cost center, production 2 cost center, and production 3 cost center. In from field I have given production 1, and in to field I have given production 3. That means system will understand that receiving cost centers are service receiving cost centers are production 1, production 2, production 3. And rendering cost center, service rendering cost center is SERVC 1. Then click on receiver tracing factor tab, last tab. Click on receiver tracing factor tab and give the pages here. Just I am giving 50, 30, 20. 50, 30, 20. Actually, I'm telling the system to distribute 50% of the cost of service cost center to production 1, 30% of service cost center cost to production 2, 20% of service cost center to production 3. Okay, that means service cost center has provided 50% of its services to production 1, 30% of its services to production 2, 20% of its services to production 3. Therefore, accordingly, cost will be distributed from service cost center to production cost centers. Continuation, please. Click on senders oblique receivers tab. Click on senders oblique receivers tab. Click on formal check icon. Click on formal check icon and get the message formal cycle check was successful. Get the message formal cycle check was successful. You must and should get this message. Unless you get this message, you cannot go further. You should not go further. So you should ensure that by clicking on that formal check icon, system should throw a message that formal cycle successful. The moment system has thrown this message, which indicates that whatever the settings so far we have done, settings are correct according to the procedure. So get message formal cycle check was successful. Then click on save on floppy icon. Click on save. Press enter. Press enter and get the message cycle SSMT1 starting date 01/04/2019 has been saved. Get the message cycle ASSMT1, starting date 01/04/2019 has been saved. So we have created assessment cycle without SKF and without cost center group. Now, next step number 3. Process expenses to the service cost center using F-02. Process expenses oblique cost to the service cost center using F-02. So give F-02 in the command box. Give F-02 in the command box. Press enter. Press enter. Give the document date, today's date, document date, today's date, document type SA, document type SA, company code our company code, our company code, posting date, today's date, posting date, today's date, posting period, you know it, whether you give it or not, system will pick up, but I'm giving manually 5, currency INR, posting key 40, give the cost element 3 lakh 1 or 3 lakh 2. This time I'm taking 3 lakh 2. 3 lakh 2. You can take any cost element, any expense related GL account you can take. I'm taking 3, which speaks about salaries. So press enter. Press enter. Just I'm giving an amount 1 lakh for my easy calculation sake. Give the amount 1 lakh. Remove the cost center which has defaulted. Remove the cost center which has defaulted and give service one cost center. I repeat, remove the cost center which has defaulted and give the service one cost center. Next, salaries processing to service cost center. Salaries processing to service center. Posting key 50. Posting key 50. 1 lakh 1 cash GL account. 1 lakh 1 cash GL account. Press enter. Press enter. Give star in amount field. Give star in amount field. Plus in text field. Plus in text field. Click on document on the main menu. Click on document on the main menu. Click on simulate. Click on simulate. Click on post. Click on post. So as we have posted the expenses to the cost center, if we go and see, cost center should show a balance of 1 lakh. Let us check it. Step number 4. Step 4. Display service cost center balance using KSB1. Display service cost center balance using KSB1. Display service cost center balance using KSB1. So give KSB1 in the command box. Give KSB1 in the command box. Press enter. Press enter. Give the cost center only service cost center, that is give service cost center SVC1 and remove cost element. Remove cost element if triggered. Be carefully. Remove the cost element if triggered. So only cost center. Do not put other details in any other fields which are appearing on the screen. Only give cost center as service cost center. Click on execute. Click on execute. So click on execute. See, you can see here 1 lakh visible, 3 lakhs too.
Yes.
Right now, assumption is this 1 lakh is the expenses incurred by service 1 cost center for provide services to production 1, 2 and 3. I am assuming that service 1 cost center has provided services to production 1, 2, 3 cost centers, and for providing services it has incurred 1 lakh rupees as the expenses. So therefore this 1 lakh cost, 1 lakh expenses shall be distributed among production 1, 2 and 3 cost centers. Correct?
Yes.
Right? So let us use cost center assessment for the purpose of distribution of service cost center cost to production cost centers. Okay. So next step, step number 5, important, keep star mark. Step number 5, execute assessment cycle using KSU5. Execute assessment cycle using KSU in order to distribute the cost of service cost center among the production cost centers. Execute assessment cycle using KSU5 in order to distribute the cost of service cost among the production cost centers. So please down the path. SAP Easy Access, SAP Easy Access, accounting, then controlling, then cost center accounting, cost center accounting, cost center accounting, period and closing, period and closing, single functions, then allocations, then double click on KSU5 assessment, double click on KSU5 assessment. So click on KSU5 assessment, double click on KSU5 assessment, give the period 5 to 5, always present period, current given. This is very important, please. Current period shall be given always. So fiscal year 2019, write down carefully, please. Ensure that test run and detail list checkboxes are already selected. I repeat, ensure that test run and detail list checkboxes are already selected. Again, I'll repeat, ensure that test run and detail list checkboxes are already selected. Then here cycle, in this you give the cycle, assessment cycle which we have created. If you have remembered the code, directly you can type, or else click on this drop down button, system will display the assessment cycle which we have created. So click on this drop down button. See, system has taken. Okay. Clear so far?
Yes.
Right. So click on execute. Click on execute. Click on execute. It will take some time, please. Do wait. You can see the processing in the bottom left side. Clock is rotating. Yeah. Get the message. Please note down. Get the message. Processing status test run. Processing status test run. And processing completed without errors. And processing completed without errors. Continuation, please. Click on back. Click on back. Once we click on back, system will ask us leave list. Then click on yes. Click on yes. Write down carefully. Remove test run or uncheck test run. Remove test run or uncheck test run. Uncheck test run. Now click on execute. Click on execute. It takes time. Yeah, get the message. Processing status update run. Processing status update run. And processing completed without errors. Processing completed without errors. Processing completed without errors. So we are done with assessment execution. We have executed assessment cycle. We are completely done with execution of assessment cycle, which means cost of service cost center must have been distributed to production 1, 2, 3. So as the cost of service department has been moved, has been distributed to production cost centers, if we go and see service cost center balance must be 0. Okay, let us ensure that. Next step. Step number 6. Important, conceptually very important step, but step wise it is very easy. Step number 6. Display service cost center balance using KSB1 and ensure that the balance is 0. Ensure the balance is 0. Ensure that the balance is 0. So just give KSB1 in the command box. KSB1 in the command box. Press enter. Give the cost center, service cost center 1, service 1, service 1. Click on execute. Click on execute. See, look at the balance. If you scroll down, see here it is 0. Visible?
Yes.
Right? That means this 1 lakh has been transferred to production 1, 2 and 3. 50,000 to production 1, 30,000 to production 2, 20,000 to production 3 cost center. Okay, here you can see 50, 30, 20. Even if you see production cost center 1, 2, 3 also, you can identify those. Take that as a step. Step number 7, display production cost center balance, cost centers balance using KSB1 and ensure that the cost from service cost center has been distributed to production costs. Display production cost centers balance using KSB1 and ensure that the cost from service cost center has been distributed to production cost centers. So give KSB1 in the command box. Give KSB1 in the command box. Press enter. Give KSB1 in the command box. Press enter. Give the cost centers, only production cost center, production 2, production 3. In from field you give production 1, to field you give production 3. Therefore system considers production number 1 to production number 3. Don't give any other details other than cost centers. So click on execute. Click on execute. See here 50,000, 30,000, 20,000. So 1 lakh into 50%, 1 lakh into 30%, 1 lakh into 20%. Why system has taken 50%, 30% and 20%? The reason is that percentages we have made in assessment skill. So just I'll show you for your information sake or for your class. If you see assessment cycle which we have created here, receiving tracing factor against production 1 we have give percentage, production 2 30, production 3 20, So from the cost of service cost center, 50% of the cost of service center will be distributed to production. Similarly, 30% of the service cost center cost will be distributed to production 2. Similarly, 20% service cost of service cost center cost will be distributed to production 3. Okay. So from 1 lakh, 50,000 will be given to production 1, 30,000 to production 2, 20,000 to production 3. So that is what you can understand from the screen here. 50,000, 30,000 and 20,000. Right? So this is how cost or assessment cycle without SKF and without cost center group. Okay. Next scenario. B. Assessment cycle with SKF, that is with statistic figure and without cost center group. Without cost center group. Okay. Step number 1 in this. Number 1. Create assessment cycle. I name it here itself ASSMT2. ASSMT2. Okay. Here I will add in the earlier one assessment cycle ASSMT1. So create assessment cycle ASSMT2 using KSU5 or KSU1. Create assessment cycle ASSMT2 using KSU5 or KSU1. Okay. Right. To stop it here, it's as I have a call today. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
So we'll continue in tomorrow session. Yeah. Have a nice time.